All right, welcome everybody. So this is the plan from Winchester to Augusta to Montgomery. The mission is the ferry flight. We're gonna take the airplane to Montgomery for air conditioning installation. This is a Baron E55, as you know, November 4155 Sierra. Well, I'm gonna share to you what's the considerations that we have before we take the flight here during the winter from Winchester, Virginia. So number one will be the proficiency consideration, weather consideration, and route consideration. As you know, we just upgrade the panel and I'm already like 3 months way far from the Baron, and I'm not really comfortable to fly it alone or even to exercise my pilot and command privilege in the Baron. That's why there's some strategy that I want to share to you, and I believe this is what the FAA also want. In the ACS, they talk about the proficiency versus the currency. In terms of the twin engine airplane, I'm the 737 pilot, and we recently do the 3 takeoff 3 landings in the level D flight simulator, so I have any problems to flying the big jets. But the main problem is I'm current in the twin engine airplane, the multi-engine, but it doesn't mean that I'm proficient. That's why in flying the Baron after 3 months, I think 4 months, because the last time I flew the Baron it was in August 2023. Now it's end of January, so I guess it's almost 5 months now, 2024 now, right? So there's a proficiency consideration for me, even though I'm an ATP or MEI, but still I'm a human, and I really has a threat. Okay, I open to a big threat for any mistakes, then this could harm my life. Well, so this is the Baron. We upgrade all into the glass cockpit. We did the CG Arteri engine instrument before in Kansas airplanes. So we work together with the EI. Dave Areta from EI helped us so much, and then Rafael from Airplane installed this, and it worked very well. Then I flew this airplane to Winchester, Virginia on wings to meet Robert here, and then he installed the G500, okay, and moved the Aspen avionics from the left side to the right side. And also, if you can see here, this is GI-275. That's a backup to the G500. So now we got a Garmin 750 with Epidyne 440 as the nav2 and the GPS2. And we got 2 PFD from the left and the right side pilot. This is single pilot operation airplane, but again, the main mission of this airplane is to bring this to Indonesia, and it's traveled far across the Atlantic, so I really want an A game on the avionics system. And this is the beautiful cockpit. We got a additional LED lights and the windshield, and the autopilot works very well, and we can also see the charts over here. So it's absolutely, I'm really happy with this upgrade. This is when I did a test flight in Winchester. The weather was good, so we do a traffic pattern, okay, and everything works very well. And then the instructor was a BPPP instructor. His name is Michael Friedman, really experienced. I graduated from BPPP last year in the mid 2023, and I'm more than happy to hire the instructor to do the test flight for me and to fly together for my proficiency training. So it cost me about $1,700 total for him to do the test flight after installation and to train me for my proficiency. So it was really good. So this is a part of proficiency consideration, my commitment to maintain safety at higher level. Even though I can fly the Baron, I still remember how to fly it, but always good with the new avionics to have someone that way more senior than you and train you properly and make sure that you're safe. That's what I told Mike. Hey Mike, the main reason for you to train me is first is to make me familiar with the avionics, with all the GPS, prepare me if I have to fly inside the clouds to full IMC alone with the single engine operation, just in case I got an engine failure. And number two, I want to hear from you that I'm safe to operate this airplane anywhere I go. So that's the deal, right? And then I spent about like 3 hours total to train with him, and He did a test flight for this airplane as well for I don't know, 5 to 6 hours total maybe, to make sure that all the autopilot, the approach from the GPS, everything works perfectly. Now we'll talk about the weather consideration. When I'm making this video now, it's about our time to go is January 31st, 2024. I'll be flying this with my buddy Alex Feldman. He's one of our flight instructors. He's professional. He has a couple hours time in the Baron and this MEI as well. Now, when we talk about the weather consideration, we decided to postpone our flight on the 31st of January due to this icing. Okay, so this is the dashboard of flight planning. It's a 450 miles, 55 miles. The estimate time will be 2 hours and 20 minutes. Okay, the flight fuel is about 66 gallon and we will have 8 knots tailwind. This looks great, all right? And the performance will be 20-inch manifold and 2300 RPM. And the strategy, we're gonna use the lean reach of peak. It's gonna burn about 21 gallon per hour, both engine and at the 10,000 feet. So we're gonna take off with maximum fuel this time, and it give me 5,236, close to the maximum takeoff weight. So that's another consideration for the performance that we're not gonna talk in this video, but at least you're aware that we're close to the maximum. But the weather is pretty good. The temperature is about 2 degrees Celsius. In terms of performance, that will fly amazingly. We don't have any problem on that. But the only concern when you fly in the winter, this is the route that we have, KOKV, LDN, that's a VOR and ANS, and join Victor 143, GSO VOR, Victor 103, CTF 155, Blots, Victor 37, ALD, and KAGS. The only weird things is based on the expected, I just need to go down to south and go to Augusta, which is, I believe, from Zelly. They will give us flight factor direct to initial per fix later, but that's the flight plan like this before, okay? 64 to 66 gallon, tailwind about 12 knots. That's a wonderful day to fly. However, what I love from the flight planning platform here, well, I'm gonna put this into 5,000 feet and set this into US icing, and this is what you got. Well, this is 31st January, and about, let's put lower, 3,000, because you're gonna climb anyway. Okay, this is from KOKV over here. All right, now you can see, let's say I'm gonna depart about 12 p.m. Now it's about 11. You will see why I cancel it. So 3,000. I call the breather, and then that's also what they say. This is 3,000 feet, and this is 5,000. We already got a light icing over here around the KOKV, and I bring it to 6. Now 8,000. I got a moderate icing on my path. All right. My cruising level will be about 10, but again, I still need to climb over there. So the icing thread is not just a layer, it's like 2,000-3,000 layer. If that's only 3,000 feet, it's fine for me because I can just climb high with a high climb rate, but not in this case. So when I put about 10,000 feet, it's clean over here, about 3 p.m. Okay, every place is clean here. But now, let's put it back to 5,000, and then I slide the time into 6 p.m. tonight, 9 p.m. tonight, and it's getting worse and worse. So it means I cannot depart because my airplane is not certified for flying into non-icing. I cannot depart here with the fact that I'm going to encounter the icing in the 5,000 feet. So when we call the breather, Alex asked the breather whether we can fly low and what is the lowest ceiling. It's showing that it's about 2,500. So if you put it 2,500, it's fine. So make it 3,000 and 4,000. There's ceiling here. all the way to MOL, VOR, and if I put this into VFR, then you can see better where you at now. So this is Virginia, we're still in Virginia, and we go down here until North Carolina, you still get an icing, and this is not fun. So also, even though this is a flat area, you can fly VFR anyway, 2,500 to 3,500, okay? But flying the Baron with the 190 knots, flying low like that, is not beneficial for us. So we just plan to delay the flight and wait until the next day, which is tomorrow. The weather forecast, we spoke with the briefer. The weather briefer is really good. They provide us with a lot of data, so I don't have any idea why people don't call the briefer every time they want to fly, because they can give you a lot of information. And then what they say is, well, tomorrow sunrise, this could be a sunny days. So yeah, I will stay here and buy another hotel room, go for another good lunch and food, and make sure the airplane is in better condition. Talk with Robert and see what's happening tomorrow. So if tomorrow good, so we're gonna depart early, 9 a.m. We're gonna take off and then transit in KGS and then all the way to Montgomery. Actually, we can fly one shot. The endurance is pretty good, but I just want to have some hand time. I will fly the first route, and then Alex will fly the second route. So each of us, we have a good experience with 4155 Sierra. All right, so that's all the consideration for today, and let's see you tomorrow.
So you have seen how we should double check the icing condition in our flight during winter, regardless how advanced your airplane will be. IFR pilots can freely fly inside the clouds, but icing is a different challenge. Using a complete tools to research about icing movement will give you an objective decision making for go or no go in the trip. This pre-flight research video probably gonna save you from a fatal injury accident in GA flight with non-icing certified airplanes. See you in the full videos of my Baron Scavenger.